All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Sports Chit Chat here on a Saturday early morning, getting to the afternoon here. We have a lot of sports to go under. Obviously, WNBA is underway right now with the Connecticut Sun and the New York Liberty. This game is underway right now. So, without further ado, let's bring the update here. Let's uh, let's blow this thing up here. Let me get into this. We're going to blow this up a little bit. It's probably going to cover my face somewhat here. But, let's get into the action here. So we have one game already underway here with the WNBA. Let's get to the game cast right now. Between the Sun and the Liberty here. Obviously, both teams here looking for, some redemption here. The Connecticut Sun, the Lady Sun, are 3-0 here, 2-0 on the road here. So they are the road warrior, the Lady Suns here, being led by Tiffany Hayes here, 9 points. They also got Natasha Heedman here with 8 points. They also got Dewani Bonner here with 8 points here. And they also got Brianna Jones here with 6 points here. Off the bench here, well, then you got Brianna Stewart has 6 points here. We have Courtney Vandersloot has 6 here. Sabrina Onika here, she has 5. Then we have Kaylee Thornton here. Then we have Naraya Sabula has 4 here. Right now, the halftime score is the Connecticut Sun 38, the New York Liberty 32. Sun lead by 6. The Connecticut Sun took a early 23-17 lead out the first quarter, but then the second quarter it was a little bit lower scoring defensively. 15 points apiece for the Connecticut and for the New York Liberty. So we have 70 total points here. 70 total points. So the play that me and my mother had today, my mom was on all the way on the Connecticut Sun here today. And so I'm on the Sun. I'm on the Connecticut Sun plus the 6.5 on the spread. Plus I have the under 165.5. So if we have more or less what the second quarter is instead of the first quarter, I think we're definitely going to be in for an under game here. But definitely need the Sun to either keep this lead or at least definitely not lose by more than 6. And my mom has them basically. My mom outright has the Sun money line plus 218. So that's what we got going on as far as the bets going on concerned here. I just felt like, analyzing both teams here, the New York Liberty, obviously they've only played 2 games here compared to the Sun that has played, obviously, one more game than they have. But obviously the Sun have not lost a game yet. So they've only won 1 game at home and 2 games on the road. So the Sun have been playing really well. I believe them and the Aces are the only two women's teams that are undefeated. So yeah. But New York Liberty, like I said, they reloaded, they restocked. They look like they're ready for a championship run this season. Obviously, the Connecticut Sun has something to say about that here, as they're probably going to be, these two teams probably going to see each other fairly quite often, along with the Washington Mystics here, which I think is another strong team as far as the WNBA women's game is concerned. As far as the teams I think are the strongest in the East. I mean, obviously in the West, you got the Aces looking pretty smooth and pretty strong here, as they'll be taking on the Las Vegas Aces today. They will be taking on the LA Sparks here. Sparks are 1-1 here. Had a bad turn of events last season here. They had Derek Fisher at one point. They fired him and just had to kind of rebuild. They had to re-spark. And it seems as though this season here they're looking like a better team moving forward. Hopefully this team can contend for a championship. Obviously they're going to have to contend with the likes of the Phoenix Mercury and the Las Vegas Aces, who are obviously the champs. So that being said here, it's going to be a tall task for the Sparks, but I think they're up to it to be competitive more than they were last season, to at least be competitive, to challenge a little bit here. I don't know if they necessarily overtake the Aces here, but I think they can start challenging these teams and try to get back to the Sparks. Used to, Lisa Leslie, they had the swag back in the day, so they're trying to bring that swag back to LA here, the lady swag down there. But right now, the Connecticut Sun ladies, they're swagging right now. They're swagging it out here, 38-32. So that's as far as that goes here. So let's get into some baseball here. We got some baseball. Let's change up some teams here. I know we got. Let's talk about. We got the Yankees. I think we got the Yankees and the Padres here. Oh, where is it? All right. Let's bring up the Padres here. Alright, shrink it down a bit there. There we go. We got the Padres, and let's get the New York Yankees here. Get the Yankees up to the screen here. The New York Yankees here, as we always like to. So we're gonna. All this. Just a second. Alright. Alright, so we got the Yankees. Yankees and the Padres right now. Let's change it over here. We're gonna switch it. We're gonna switch it up to MLB here. Let's get to the MLB scoreboard here, as we always like to do about this time. All right, so far we have the bottom of the fourth here. We have the Padres and the Yankees 1-1 here. 2 outs. The Yankees are up to bat here. Harrison Batter is up to bat here. Michael Waka Waka. Oh, well, we got a runner on first base here. And Isaiah Kinner Fala is at the bat here. We're at the top of the fourth here. 1 out here. We got the we got the Tigers leading 2-0 over the White Sox today here. So definitely that's early action in baseball right now. Yankees yesterday got beat by the Padres here. And, Yankees are trying to still compete. Kind of came out the gate slow. have kind of come on a little bit strong here, have kind of weathered the storm a bit here. They were 30 and 23, 17 and 13 at home. Padres are 12 and 12 on the road, 24 and 27. Padres are starting to get their groove back a little bit here as far as the pitchers is concerned here, so we'll definitely see what's going to happen today. Definitely a tie ball game here. And then you got the White Sox yesterday who took down the Tigers, put up some runs here. It looks like the Tigers are getting the little best of them today here. Up 2-0 here in the top of the fourth here. You got 2 outs now. Jan Marcad is up to bat right now here. Michael Lorenzen here is pitching pretty well right now. No earned runs, no hits, 2 Ks, no walks, in 3 2/3 of an inning here. So he's got 2 strikes already on McCann here. So these are the only 2 games on right now here. We got the Blue Jays and the Twins about to ready to throw out first pitch here. But, wanted to get a nice little wrap of sports here. So we got, to show you here, we got, the Padres right now trying to get out of the jam here in the bottom of the fourth here. Got a runner on first here. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes, two outs already in the inning here. We got 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jan McCall here. So White Sox are trying to get a run on the board here back here. They have not gotten any hits so far today here. Detroit's got 4 hits and 2 runs. Yankees got 4 hits on 1 run. And Padres got 1 hit, 1 run here. So, all right. And so they got out of the Tigers got out of the jam here. So they will be starting off as Badu. Badu is 1 for 1 with a double here. He's Akili. He's been really starting to really come on as of late here. And you got Shope here has always been and then you got Banez here who's got the RBI. So Tigers, the guys that are come up with big hits right now are coming up to bat here in the top or the bottom of the fourth, I should say. And Michael Wacha here. Michael Wacha, they get out of the inning here. So you got Nelson Cruz is 0 for 1. You got Trent Grisham's 0 for 1. And Hai Kim is 0 for 1 here. So the Yankees and Padres, a little less runs, definitely. Yesterday it was 5-1 was the final, so definitely under 8 runs. So definitely it's staying that way right now here, as there's only 2 runs. Both teams got 1 run apiece. So definitely going to see what's going to happen here. Yeah, Chris Bassett versus Pablo Lopez. Then we got the Rangers and Orioles here. We got Andrew Heaney versus Drew Kremer. We got the Astros taking on the A's here. Fernando Valdez versus Austin Pruitt. Then we have the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw taking on Tyler Glasnow. Tyler Glasnow coming off the injured list here to make his 2023 debut. Season debut. But, he's obviously not a rookie. Then we have the Phillies and the Braves. We got Zach Wheeler versus Charlie Morton. Then we have the Pirates taking on the Mariners. We have Vince Velasquez versus Luis Castillo. We have the Giants, Logan Webb taking on Corbin Burns here. Hopefully Burns is not going to get burned at home here. And so, Orioles have demoted right-handed pitcher Grayson Rodriguez here. He's kind of struggled now, so they're going to send him down here. So, then we have Josiah Gray taking on, for the Nasty Nats, taking on Kansas City and Brady Singer here. We have the Boston Red Sox and Garrett Whitlock taking on Zach Davies here, the Diamondbacks. We have the Cincinnati Reds and Brian Williamson taking on Jameson Talon in the Cubs. We have the St. Louis Cardinals and James Flaherty taking on the Guardians' Tanner Beebe. We have the New York Mets and Justin Verlander taking on the Colorado Rockies and Mr. Anderson. Then the nightcap, we have the Marlins, Edward Chupacabra versus Shohei Shomi Anatani. All right, Shomi Anatani. All right, so that is your baseball rundown. We are on the top of the fifth, 1 out already. Luis Severino is on the mound. 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 4 and a third innings, and only walked 1 batter. So Severino's pitching very well today for the Yankees here, considering the fact that he's had his struggles to start this season here. But, to say the least, this team is starting to figure it out a little bit. The Yankees are. And like I said, having a little bit of pitching struggles and batting struggles here, but now they've kind of figured it out a bit here. And the Padres are as well. Their team trying to come around, turn this around, get back to 500. All right, then we have the White Sox and the Tigers. We got 2 outs here. So White Sox are looking to try to tie this game back up here. White Sox are 22-31, 10-18. Yeah, it has not been the best season so far for them, but they're starting to find the groove a little bit here, I'd say, as well. Some of these teams that have struggled are kind of finding their groove back a bit here. Some teams that we thought might not have struggled to begin the season, but now have kind of figured it out a bit here, trying to get back into the consistent hunt. You got the Detroit Tigers here, 23-26, 11-11 at home here. I like to call them the Tony the Tigers because they are great right now. They're, I'm not saying they're the greatest team right now as far as their record, but as far as the team that people thought was going to be lowly in the totem pole, most people thought the Tigers were going to be worse than the A's and the Royals. But guess what? The Tigers are a hell of a lot better team than the Royals and the A's at this juncture and this point. I'd say the Nationals and the Tigers have been 2 teams, and even you can say the Marlins as well here have been a team that, kind of surprised people. The Pirates as well. Rangers are 32-18 here. Yeah, the A's are 10-43. I mean, it's just terrible. Pirates are 26-24. I mean, they had a strong start, kind of fading out a bit here. Mariners are 26-25. Giants are 26-25. Brewers 27-24. Kind of a shock. The Nationals, like I said, 22-29. Royals are 15-37. So, like I said, I mean, you're looking at teams that, even the Marlins are 26-26 here. I mean, the Rockies are 22-30. So, I mean, it's, And St. Louis Cardinals are 23-30 here. So I mean, it's teams are starting to become more competitive. So we're going to the top of the 5th here. The White Sox leading off with Andrew Vaughn here. Had a big game yesterday. Yasmani Grandal and Jake put everything on that bagger. All right, the Yankees are going to the bottom of the 5th here. When we got Ian Kinsler, we have Oswald Cabrera, and we have Kinji Hasuki. So let's see if the Yankees can put some runs up on the board here. All right. Let's go to, we'll talk about the NBA a bit here. We'll talk about the NBA. We got Game 6 tonight. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Boston Celtics. Just want to kind of get a little brush. We'll put the logos up and everything. But let's talk about this, man. We thought it was going to be a clear sweep. The Celtics have come back and with a vengeance have really put together, they put the beat downs to the Miami Heat right now. And they're serving them notice here tonight. South Beach, the Miami better come with their A game tonight, because I'm telling you, the Celtics have figured it out now. The last 2 games they've figured it out here, and the Heat have not. They have not adjusted. They have not figured it out here. However it is. And so, but their main man, Jimothy Butler, has guaranteed. He says he's confident the Heat will win tonight. But you got Jaylen Brown And Tatum saying, don't let us get one more. Don't let us get another game or two. Don't let us get that. So I hope Jimmy Butler can radiate his confidence in his teammates to play a better basketball game at home today, because the last two performances have not been good. The one at the home to try to close it out, they got blown out pretty bad, and then on the road they got blown out pretty bad. So, what Miami Heat team are we going to get tonight? And is the Celtics going to come to play to say, you know what, we're not done. We have history on our side that historically the Celtics, if they can make it to a game 7, historically they've dominated in game 7s historically compares to the likes of the Miami Heat. So I think this is going to be a hell of a game tonight. I think Miami definitely has to come to play. And if the Celtics can continue to play strong and Miami plays, we got a hell of a game 6 tonight here. And quite possibly, can we get a game 7? Can we get a game 7? Possibly. On a Memorial Day? Maybe. Unless Jimothy and the Miami Heat step up and really put that foot to the throat of the Celtics and make sure they don't rise again. Rise up like the phoenix from the ashes here. So, I just think, personally, I think Miami has a good shot to win. And I like the over. I like the over 210. I mean, I think some people think nah, otherwise, but I definitely like the over 210 here tonight. I think there's going to be points here. There's going to have to be points to be scored here for both teams in order for this to, permission to an over here. Both teams got to at least score over at least 105 points here. So I think that's more than, and especially in a must-win situation for both teams here. Celtics, you win and you have a chance to fight on for another game. Heat, you win here tonight, you end the Celtics' journey and you start your journey to the finals against the Nuggets here. So we also have a playoff hockey that's bringing this playoff hockey to fruition itself. We have the Las Vegas Golden Knights here, trying to get to the Lord Stanley's Cup final here. And who stands in their way? The Dallas Stars. And the Dallas Stars got that big victory for it not to be a sweep. So the Knights are going to look tonight here at T-Mobile Arena here to close this one out against the Stars and basically say au revoir, bon voyage, to go up against the Florida Panthers here. What a matchup that would be, the Golden Knights versus the Florida Panthers here, which would be, amazing. And does the Dallas Stars have enough? Because we know that the Golden Knights in this playoff this season sometimes at home has not been, the loving ice that they love to be, the home field advantage. So hopefully that could be said, that the home field advantage will be loving for the Golden Knights tonight over the Stars. Or maybe the Stars have a chance to captivate here and, starve off for another game. Well, with that being said, let's go back to the WNBA here. Let's get the WNBA here. We got the game going on right now. We got the Connecticut Sun versus the New York Liberty here. And right now, we got a close ball game right now here. We have a close ball game right now with the Sun here. The Sun is leading 41-40 here. So the boom, a three-pointer here by Courtney Vandersloot here. So now the Liberty lead by 2 now, 43-40 41 here with 6:30 to go in the third period here. The Liberty have come out on fire here to start this third quarter up 11-3 here. But we have a personal foul here. So Brianna Stewart and Courtney Vandersloot are the ones, the leading scorers for the New York Liberty currently here, along with Bonner and Heidelman here for the leaders for the Sun here. So we got 6:23 to go here. Looks like the Suns will be shooting free throws. So a tight ball game here. Oh, Brianna Jones just made a 5-foot shot here. And Dewana, the big block here on Mijana Lane. So it's 43-43. We got a tie ball game. We're under 6 minutes here in the third quarter here. The Sun tied it here, but the Liberty have come out into play here in this to start the third quarter here. They start the second half here. The Liberty have come on a little bit of a run here. So we'll see what the Sun can do here. They're obviously, this is a back and forth game. We got 86 points right now. So I'm looking good here. I have the I have the Sun plus the 6.5, and also I have the under. So looking pretty solid so far. My mom's got the Connecticut Sun on the money line, so that's kind of not looking so good for her right now. So Brianna Jones is shooting foul. So we got Liberty. We shooting from free throws maybe. Possibly. We'll have to see here with 5:57 to go here. And like I said, not anybody really in foul trouble for either team, for the Sun or the Liberty. We got all right, the Sun referee initiated review. A call is overturned here. So I don't know, there must have been some sort of call that got overturned by a referee-initiated review call. So, I don't know. Oh, Brianna Stewart. Oh, she makes the first one and misses the second. So, Liberty up by a point now. Alicia Thomas, she gets the defensive rebound. She has 2 fouls with the Brianna Jones as well. Down a point here with 5:41 to go here. The Sun and Liberty, definitely a good game. Like I said, two excellent WNBA women's teams that are going to be competitive. Brianna Stewart with a steal. Stephanie Dolson misses, and Dewana Bonner here gets the rebound for the Sun here. So back and forth action here you got for the ladies, for the Sun and the ladies of the New York Liberty here. So definitely, we need to put some respect on the women's game out here. That they are, definitely playing tough, playing hard. They can play defense, they can rebound. Fundamentally, they can play, and some of these women can even dunk. I mean, I know a lot of the deteriorate from women's games is, well, the women can't dunk. Well, a lot of the women can. Ooh, Brianna Stewart with a shooting foul. So, ooh, tough break here. So, Dewana Bonner makes the first free throw, ties it up at 44 apiece here. 44, and I ain't talking about the Jay-Z album. So let's see. All right, so we got Kayla and Dewana Bonner. She makes the second one. So the Sun are up by 1 here. So we got 89 points right now with 5:06 to go here. And Dewana Bonner, she leads all scorers for the Sun here with 10 points here. Well, like I say, Brianna Jones, 8, and then Natalia Heidman here with 8. Brianna Stewart, she has 10 now, so she's the leading scorer for the Liberty here, along with Courtney Vandersloot with 9, and then Sabrina Anaki with 8 here. So definitely bad pass. Heidelman misses a 3. Ooh. She got a steal, but then she tries to go with a quick 3 and misses here. Rebound, Brianna Stewart here. Brianna Stewart has 4 rebounds here. She's 1 for 3 from three-point land right now. Courtney Vandersloot is 1 for 1. Sabrina And Brianna Stewart misses a shot, but she obviously, oh, she gets the offensive rebound. Oh, and Sabrina Oniki misses. And a rebound by Natasha Halleman here, the guard here. Get up there, getting a big hustle, getting the big rebounds with 4:22 to go here. And Alicia Thomas, she misses the shot. Oh, and a rebound by Courtney Vandersloot here. So, a little back and forth. A couple missed shots here for both teams here. Oh, Brianna Stewart misses a shot here. Did the Liberty get the rebound here? Yes, they do. They get off with the rebound. Caitlin, oh, and it passed back on the sprint. Misses a shot here. What a nice shot attempt that was, but could not make it here. Liberty offensive board it here. And a foul! So, it looks like there's going to be free throws here. Or Natasha Haderman here is called for the foul on the Sun here with 4:04 to go here. The Sun are up by a point here, but looks like free throws. A loose ball foul has been called now on Natasha Haderman here. So she has her first. So Tiffany Hayes enters it. She has entered now. Tiffany Hayes is now entered for Dewana Bonner here. She's going to take a breather here. Courtney Vandersloot hits the 6-foot shot here. So she's 5 for 5 right now here. So she's been on fire right now for the Liberty right now here. Courtney Vandersloot. Oh, and turnover, Brianna Stewart. Oh, bam! And here we go. The Liberty on a roll right now here. Up by 3 now. 48-45 here. And Alicia Thomas here with the turnover here. Turns the ball over here. The Sun are turning the ball over here. Not looking so well here. Not looking so good here. Turnover events here. We got 93. We have 93 here. So 93 points. 93 total is the over under right now here. Total number of points right now 93 for both squads here, and the Liberty are up by 3 now here. They've gone on a roll here. Brianna Stewart steals the ball here. And Brianna Stewart, she's balling right now. She is really balling. And Vandersloot here. Oh, and the Sun have to call timeout. Now it's a 5-point lead for the Connecticut Sun here with 3:12 to go here. So interesting enough, the Sun came on a big lead. Now the New York Liberty have come out and really pushed a big lead here now. A 5-point lead here. As they're on an 18-7 scoring comparison to the Sun right now here. So the Sun are in trouble right now. So they're dire needs right now. Let's get you a scoring. Let's give you a little bit of baseball scoring update right now. All right, we got the bottom of the 6th here. 1-1 still in the Yankees and the Padres. Bottom of the 5th, it's still 2-0. 2-0 for the Tigers here. And they have a runner at second. Zach Short has stolen second base. The Blue Jays are up 1-0 here. But Julian doubled to right and Gallons to third now. So we got runners at second and third. Nobody out here. Chris Bassett here. So we have we took the under 8 runs here in the Blue Jays game. We took the White Sox here on the money line here. So far that's kind of is not holding out as well as we wanted it to, but hey, you know, that sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Alright, we got Buxton's up to bat here, so we'll see if Buxton can bring in a run here. And this pitcher from the White Sox here, not looking so good here. Riley Green has struck out. Second strikeout of the game here. Struck out twice today so far. Been the strikeout victim to Jess Solston here. Oh, there's 2 outs here. So there's 2 outs with Spencer Torkelson here up the bat here. So, I mean, White Sox are trying to get out of the inning here And we got Aaron Judge here. Aaron Judge, all hail the Judge here with 2 outs up the bat here. You got 1 out here for Chris Bassett. You got Buxton out here. Now we got Alex Kurloff. And we'll see how this goes here. But yeah, that's, you know, we've had the sports here. You know, this good old sports talk here, you know. Just running the sports talk a little bit here. Just wanted to give a little rundown of the sports here. You know, we got like I said, the Aces, and you have that. So hey, and obviously NFL, we got, you know, DeAndre Hopkins. You know, where is DeAndre Hopkins gonna go? I mean, I feel like he's gonna go to Kansas City, but you know, he could go to Buffalo. I mean, he could go to the Ravens. I mean, those are some other viable spots that, you know, I don't think, you know, that would be good spots for him. I mean, or could he go to a wild card spot where nobody knows where he's going to go? Does he go back to the Texans? You know, I'm sure nobody's talking about that. You know, but DeAndre Hopkins' return back to the Texans would be, you know, phenomenal for that team. You know, if and I'm just saying, if hypothetically, if the Texans were able to get DeAndre Hopkins to come there and to play with that young man, you're giving C.J. Stroud one hell of a prolific target. And I'm just telling you right now, I would say that the Texans probably have the capital to do it, and probably wouldn't have to give up too much in the future for him right now. I mean, it's all up to how is he willing to go there. Because now, you know, there's not going to be no trade-off, so they don't have to trade no more. And, you know, Kansas City doesn't have to trade for him. Bills off. So now it's about just offering him a deal, and if he's willing to accept. Which is going to be interesting to see, like I said. I mean, that to me would be, you know, outside of, like I said, outside of Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens another spot. You put them with OBJ. You have OBJ, D-Hop with Lamar Jackson. You wouldn't have to really run the ball too much. Like, well, this is what we're hearing. We're hearing that they're not gonna run Lamar so much anymore. So that's gonna devaluate Lamar's you know, fantasy value as far as fantasy quarterback. I think Lamar Jackson will fall this season, but mark my words, he will be a good quarterback if he stays healthy, and especially if they get DeAndre Hopkins, and they can get DeAndre Hopkins in that offense. I mean, it's you got Odell Beckham, and I don't care if Odell Beckham's half the man he used to be. If you have DeAndre Hopkins lined up on the other side, it's not going to matter because you're going to have to either guard. Who are you guarding? You guarding D-Hop or you guarding Beckham? You can't go. You ain't gonna be able to double both. So I mean, if you got teams like the New York Giants might be interested in trying to go after him. You know, maybe the Cowboys. You know, per se. You know, I don't think the Niners really have the per se capital or whatever. I mean, Miami may be a spot. Maybe he goes down there with Tyreek Hill. I don't know. I mean, Philadelphia. You know, Philadelphia tries to grab him and put him up there with Jalen Hurts. Does that with A.J. Brown and you know, but I still think they still have other young receivers there that complement. You know, but it will remain to see where DeAndre Hopkins will go this season. The DeAndre Hopkins sweepstakes. I mean, to me that's the biggest news in the NFL right now. I mean, that you can really be talking about. That needs to be talked about. I mean, other than, you know, off-season, you know, OTAs, you know, Lamar Jackson has not been to the OTAs. The Minnesota Vikings, we've had a lot of players not show up to the OTAs. players that are under contract. Harrison Smith, Justin Jefferson. But I mean, I don't really know. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. I'm quite scared for this season to come into play because I don't really know what's going on, what the thought process from the RGM is, because it seems like as though that we're cutting guys. We got rid of Eric Kendricks, and he's on the Chargers defense now, which helps them a lot. And we're supposed to cut Dalvin Cook or get rid of him, but we haven't. But it's just I don't know, and it's just some of our and then we trade Zadarius Smith to the Browns for ladder draft picks in next year's draft. That doesn't help our defense that got exposed in the playoffs against the Giants. I'll be honest with you. The Vikings we haven't had a solid defense since Jared Allen. And I'm sorry to say it, Danielle Hunter. I'm not saying he's washed up, but he's injury prone, and he's just when he's healthy, he's a great pass rusher. But he's been hindered by injuries, and that hurts us. When we can't put pressure on the quarterback, that leaves opportunities for the other team to score points and leaves our defense out there and vulnerable at times to basically, be exposed and wonder why we can never win a championship because we don't think of the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, we're fine. I mean, offensive line giving enough time for Cousins to pass the ball or for us to be able to run the ball has been a big hindrance. But, that's what I always say. If you can control the trenches, which is the offensive line trench and the defensive line trenches, there's a reason why Kansas City is in the Super Bowl and has been in the Super Bowl. There's a reason why, some of these teams are competing year in and year out. It's because they have solid O-lines, solid defensive lines. I mean, look at the Niners. I mean, that's why the Niners defensive coaches have been getting a lot of, opportunities to go elsewhere and why they continue to flourish. Whether it's been Saleh, whether it's been, D'Amico Ryans, and now it's going to be this new coach here. So, I mean, there's recipes to winning or to get yourself to winning, but what are these organizations that have not won in a long time, like the Minnesota Vikings, what are these organizations doing to help themselves position themselves to get to that next level? We had a great season last season, but this off season and everything, we've kind of had to get rid of people because of cap hits. But and a lot of people want to point the finger and the blame, saying that it's Kirk Cousins' fault why he can't get the job done. Well, Kirk Cousins can't play every fucking position known to man to help our team. Kirk Cousins doesn't play defense, okay? Kirk Cousins doesn't block. I love that we got a new head coach and everything. We got a new GM and clean house and everything. But I'm kind of wondering, what are we doing? If we're going to clean house, are we bringing in guys that are going to be guys that we know that are going to be able to compete and help us win a championship? Because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at winning the division. We won the division last season. And right now, I think Detroit has the best situation to win the division right now. Alongside, I think, Chicago. And outside of that, I think Green Bay, too. I mean, I know they lost Aaron Rodgers, but I think Green Bay has a good shot. And it's to sound weird from a Vikings fan, but I think Jordan Love is going to surprise a lot of people. He's going to surprise a lot of people how well he's learned this offense. And how much people are going to say, well, we don't give a shit about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's no Aaron Rodgers, but you got to let this guy, come out here and cook. Because he started cooking last season. I mean, we saw his little sample size, but now you're going to give him the whole tools of an off season to train with all these other guys. And then now, I know many people probably say, well, what about the Green Bay Packers defense is going to be? Well, I mean, what about the Minnesota Vikings defense? I mean, they're not going to be looking too much better. I mean, I say Lions defense looks very, very good and very stout and tough. The Bears defense, I don't know. It just depends on if they can bring some other likely and then their young defense. So that division is up in the air. But I just don't know my team, and I'm a realist. I'm not somebody that's gonna be like a Cowboys fan that just, oh, we're gonna win the Super Bowl every year. No, no. I'd like to see my team compete, at least try to make the playoffs every year, at least try to win the division every year. I mean, and hopefully one of these fucking centuries and we'll win a Super Bowl. We'll figure it out. I mean, we in our past we've had great purple people eater defense, but we have not had a purple people eater defense that has been even. I mean, I'm not even saying they have to be as dominant as the purple people eater defense, but they have to be somewhat be able to stop teams. I mean, that's how you win games. I mean, how do you think Kansas City beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl? It was getting those stops. It was getting those key stops against the Eagles that helped them and solidified that victory in the Super Bowl. And like I said, I think Kansas City is a good front runner to win the championship once again. I think the Bills as well. I know the Bills are going to have a tough challenge now with the Jets in that division with Aaron Rodgers coming over now. But it just makes that, conference going to be competitive now. When is the last time the AFC East has been competitive? Probably not since Marino, since like Boomer Esiason. I mean, you got to go way back. We got to go way, way, way back. Way, way, way back. But there's. You look at the NFC South is going to be competitive this year. We got the AFC South is going to be competitive. I mean, we're going to have some competitive divisions this season. That really, for the first time in a long time in football, we're going to have some competitive. It ain't going to be well. It's just this team. This team's just going to dominate and continue its reign of domination. No, it's not. And what are the Cardinals going to do? I mean, Cardinals got a lot of questions now with no DeAndre Hopkins as their number one. I mean, Kyler Murray, obviously, is he their guy? Is he the... I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to speak about what's going on in football here. I know there's other sports going on, but this is all we have to go on right now. Is just OTAs. Some guys are getting a little bit banged up, injured. And, but with that being said here, let's go back to let's check in on the baseball here. All right, we got 2-1 now. Padres lead 2-1 right now with runners at second and third right now here in the top of the seventh here. And we're in the top of the sixth right now. We're going to run around first, 2 outs here. Tigers are still leading 2-0. Twins lead now 3-1 over the Blue Jays here. My under 8 is probably going to get killed. And let's go. Let's check in on the WNBA here. Let's get the WNBA score here. Let's get ourselves a WNBA update here. Alright, so it is 52-59 here. The Liberty are up by 7 now here, so it looks like the Liberty are starting to take control of this game and are going to put the beat down to these women. Yep, they're up by 9 now. They're up by 9, so I definitely need Connecticut to keep it a little bit closer here, to at least get the plus 6.5 and the under to keep my that bet alive here. If not, that bet is dead into the waters. But yeah, so just wanted to talk a little bit about sports here, a little bit of NFL here. Like I said, I think tonight we're gonna have a hell of a game. I'd love to see a game 7 here. I'd love to see the Celtics get a big victory, but I don't know. Jimmy Butler's guaranteed, but we'll see. And then we got some good baseball action here. We got WNBA action. We got Formula One. We got international ice hockey. We got soccer. We got a lot of sports, a lot of sports. It's a great sports weekend to enjoy. You know, we got the Night of Champions right now in Saudi Arabia. If you like watching WWE, so I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, just wanted to talk my sports for a little bit here, and oh yeah. Well, before we get out of here, let's rattle off the bets right now. All right, my mom's bet she took the Connecticut Sun on the money line. She took the Pittsburgh Pirates money line, the over 210, the Sparks plus 16 on the spread, and the Golden Knights. That is what my mom took for the betting day. I took the plus 6.5 on the spread with the Sun. Took the under 165.5 for the Sun and Liberty. Took the Miami Heat money line, the over 210, the Sparks plus 16, the over 171.5, the Golden Knights money line, and the over 5.5 goals there. And then our baseball bet I have. The baseball bet I have here. I took the White Sox money line, the under 8 runs, and the Blue Jays Twins, the A's to cover the run and a half, the Nationals money line, the Dodgers money line, the over 7.5 runs, and the Giants and Brewers, and the under 7.5 in the Marlins and Angels. So that is what I leaned on as far as bets today. So that being said, hope